understanding who he is, brings us to the fact and the reality that he alone deserves our worship. He merits all of our attention and the gaze of our lives. Because in Jesus, listen to me, you will find everything you need. If you're off track in life this morning, you've got to put your eyes on Jesus. Oh, you may have come to church. You may say, hey man, I need some church. I understand what you're saying. But you don't just need church. You need Jesus. You need Jesus. Text says he's the heir of all things. It means what you need can only be found in him. Text, he made the universe. What could you be facing that is more complicated than creating the universe? You say, man, I'm going through some stuff. It's complicated, man. I can't even explain it. God can understand it.
Yeah, he can.
Come on. He can absolutely get it. You can talk to him about it, and maybe you can explain it in your own words, and he'll still understand it. He's the radiance of God's glory. Just like the cloud by day, fire by night. He leads us in life. He takes us from point A to point B to point C to point D. He goes on. He has provided purification from sin. That is the greatest need of your life and mine. That God help us with our sin. By his sacrifice, he paid the price. And then, as he says, he sits at the right hand. He's the mediator. He's the one who makes intercession for us. He's not there to prosecute us, but he's there to plead with the Father on our behalf. There's a deeper thought, and then we're going to pray. The Son, verse 3 says, the Son is the radiance of God's glory and the exact representation of his, sustaining all things by his powerful word. This is such a profound revelation. He says, sustaining all things. That thought there, right? And this is a revelation that I believe brings the greatest amount of comfort in the midst of chaos. I heard a powerful illustration of this that I want to share with you. One man said, if the distance, and they're going to have a little overhead, but if the distance between the earth and the sun is actually 92 million miles. He said, if it was represented by a sheet of paper, this is 92 million miles. Play with me. It's 92 million miles. He said, if this distance from the earth to the sun, 92 million miles. Then he says, from the earth to the next nearest sun would be 70 feet of these papers stacked up. That's the height of the White House. Says that's the distance from the earth to the next nearest sun. Then it says that our galaxy, the distance across our galaxy in diameter would be a stack of paper 310 miles high. Stack of paper. 310 miles. From Phoenix to Las Vegas, you stack the paper that high. To be the size of our galaxy. And our galaxy is just a speck of the known universe. The galaxy was just a speck. Now, if the God you and I are serving, the Bible says he can hold that in his hand. Listen, he's not some kind of God that, if I need a personal assistant, I'll call him Jesus. He's not some kind of God that, we start debating gods. Well, Socrates said, and we come up with all these so-called geniuses. What could I possibly face that could be too complicated or too difficult for a person who holds the entire universe together? And our text says, by a word. By a word. Spoken. I believe that's the kind of God you surrender your life to. I believe that is the type of God you can spend your entire life worship. That is the one you laid down your life for as a living sacrifice. This is the one you gaze upon, and you have to gaze in awe and wonder at his majesty. This is the one, when we sing that song, I fix my eyes on you. N.T. Wright continued his thought of how to avoid the shallow life. So the way through this is by sheer unadulterated worship of the living and true God. By following this God wherever he leads. Worship is not an optional extra for the Christian. A self-indulgent religious activity. It is the basic Christian stance. Worship derives from worship. It means giving God all he's worth. Somebody talked about worth this morning in Sunday school. Worship is humble and glad. Listen to this. Worship forgets itself in remembering God. Worship celebrates the truth as God's truth, not its own. True worship doesn't put on a show or make a fuss. True worship isn't forced, isn't half-hearted, doesn't keep looking at its watch. Doesn't worry what the person in the next pew may be doing. True worship is open to God, adoring God, waiting for God, and trusting God even in the dark. This God, this Jesus Christ, is worth all of our gaze. We're spending all of our lives gazing in the sun. One man said, if you go outside in the middle of the day, you look out the sun, it'll blind you. It's also true of the revelation of the glory of God. If you remember Moses, said if you even look, he could kill you. So how do you gaze upon a God you can't gaze upon? God says, look at my son. Yep. I've made my son in my image, an image that you can look upon. It will not blind you. It'll be like those little ants. As you go around and you circle around and you're traveling great distance, every so often just look up at the sun. You'll find your destination. You'll find your way back where you're going. If you're off track, he'll put you back on track. If you made some bad decisions, listen, he can redeem those decisions. If you lost time, as I talked about, he can give you time. Nobody else can give you time. God says, I can give you, I can stop the sun. I can do. Moses said, God, if you don't go with me, I'm going to go before Pharaoh. But I'm not going if you don't go before me. He made all the excuses in the world. But what Moses realized is, God, if your presence doesn't go, I don't want to go. I don't want to do anything on my own. Moses knew who he was. We got to know who. Moses was the man that said, God, you know I murdered an Egyptian. God, I've spent 40 years just wandering around. And you want to use me to deliver a nation? God, do you know who I am? Yeah, God, I know who I am. God, if you'll go before me, then it'll be you who deliver and not me. I won't have all the pressure. I won't have all the disappointment and the failings. As long as we keep our eyes fixed on the Son, fixed on Jesus, can we give him glory?